Hello everyone, welcome to Performance Racing League. This is round 2 around Portimão in Portugal. It's tier 1. And I'm Justin. Just sorting some things out. Getting the chat ready. So yeah, we're at Portimão. It's a sprint weekend. That's very loud. Yeah, sprint weekend, 35% race. So we have 8 laps for the sprint and then 23 laps for the main race. Yeah, very excited. Hopefully the racing can be as good as in Silverstone. Don't think we had a lot of incidents. Definitely had a nice battle at the front. Hello Ramsey. I think it's gonna be a normal thing for me doing comms. Tier 1, as all the people who normally do comms are either away now or in tier 1. Gonna get my map up. And someone is going for a lap, I think it's Timgra. Into the first corner. Have to wait a pretty long time to go full throttle. Seemed to be really clean until now. He think locks up a bit, going very deep into the hairpin. See pretty well through there. Of course, I'm not an expert, but you know, someone needs to do the AS comms. We're braking zone this. You don't have to really push the brake for too much, otherwise you lose a lot of time. Don't know if Timgra will be very happy with this lap, as it does not seem that quick, but you never know. It's a 27.5. Still nearly. For me, that's quick a bit, but never know with other people. Rusty, 18.3. Bas, a 17.0. Not that bad by Bas. Domer, 17.7. I think Toriels is next to finish across the line, 17.6. P3 for Toriels is not that bad. Starting his lap, Morris probably wants to win this week after still getting a very good second place last week out in Silverstone. Morris obviously one of the favorites to win this year, to win the title. Does he do a 16.5, 5 tenths quicker than Bas? That's a very quick, very quick lap. I think Gortzels is next. He picked this track, I think, for his champion pick, so he better be quick. And a AlphaTauri of is going into the pits a bit late. Doomer also going into the pits and has a very slow Ines in front of him. And I think Toriel's also going into the pits. Yeah, a lot of first runs have now been made. Cersei sucks next one, but that does not really seem like a very competitive time. I think he's just starting. Stay on board with him. Quite a nice turn one. Bit deep there. But it happens. Meanwhile, Esech is going up into 4th place. It's really well done by him. He's really been very quick on his new setup. Even though I think he said at some point that he was not quick enough for tier 1, well, sure seems like he is now. Yep, Suzuki, very interesting circuit. Quite a lot of elevation, of course, and this first corner where if you put the throttle on just a bit too early, you spin very easily. Also there, if you put it on too early, you spin very easily. I can say that I have quite a bit of experience with doing that. But the Haas of Rusty going on an out lap. I don't know if anyone is on a lap. I think Bass improved. I don't think he's on a lap anymore. He has not got the battery to be on a lap. Nico John spinning. Don't know if that was on his main lap or his cooldown lap. And we have Rusty was just begun. Rusty is of course a tier 2 driver, as am I. And is there anyone else? Tar Heels. Taurus is 6th, is really good from him. He's also a tier 2 driver. I think that's already everyone. I think DRS Maestro wanted to reserve, but he's not shown up yet. So heading to the start finish line here for Rusty. What's gonna be? It's gonna be 17.9. Decent lap by Rusty. Is Timgra on a lap? Timgra is on a lap, I think. I think he's about to finish. (17.4), a 1/10 improvement goes ahead of Esech. Ines has not set a lap yet. I don't know if that's because of invalidation or he just didn't go out yet, but he's about to set a lap. What's gonna be for Ines? 17.6, 7th place. Is Lords and Reb. Lords and Rep sets a 17.3, goes up to 4th and Noob plays. Then goes up to 4th immediately after with a 17.1. And then Luigi Sven, also with a 17.1. Is Cher still on the lap? I don't know. I honestly have no idea if he's still on the lap. Yeah, he is. What's it gonna be for share? 17.5 up into 9th. Is there someone else? I think Ines is heading into the box. Finkit on his out lap. I'm gonna say my camera angle kind of ruins if some people had a special helmet, but I can look at switching it maybe. But I'm gonna go board with Finkits here. Already used up quite a bit of the battery, I think. Don't know for sure, but it seems like it. Says he's going quickest in the first sector. We'll just have to wait to see if that's actually true. I think Finkits rejoined the league in like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Not sure, but what's his time gonna be? Is 17.3. Also a very strong lap. Tarios for once setting a lap in qualifying for one reserving up. Can you hear me well, or? Oh, Nico into 6th. That's a great lap by him. The field is pretty close if you go from, well, 4th to 16th. Yeah, okay, thanks, Aidan. Who's... I think 2 more years on the lap. What's the time gonna be? 17.1. Up into 7th, just behind Nigerton. 17.1 is a frequently occurring lap time, it seems. I think Morris is also, it's 2 seconds up, he's probably just starting. I think I'll stay on board with him then for now. Of course you can take a little bit less of a risk for maybe for qualifying, because it's a sprint and you still have a whole sprint to gain up some places if you had a shock in qualifying. So you can maybe push a bit more, take some more risk in quali, as long as you set a decent banker lap. Morris quickest in the first sector. Now that's something I do believe, as Morris is just and you can see it from the top, he's probably the quickest driver for this track, as he loses the car in the uphill section, the uphill hairpin. gonna get disqualified. He keeps waiting like this. He just waits for Bass to go by. But that's just Ines letting Rusty, I think, go. Rusty on his final flying lap. I think he's backed off. Probably not qualifying Rusty would have wanted, but it of course doesn't matter for him, as he's not a tier 1 driver. But you could say that this is a bit, he could use this a bit for practice for tier 2. I like Rusty. He's very nice guy. Probably one of the most experienced in PRL. Noob Place goes into 2nd place. He was a tier 2 driver last season, and they it seems like he's right in his place there. Over here in tier 2, it's Morris. He's just about behind on his time. I think passes a bit further, so we're gonna go on board with him. There is Luigi's fan starting his lap. Yeah, Bass is the first to cross the line. My former teammate, still a good friend of mine. What's his lap time gonna be? 16.7 goes into 2nd place. Ace Edge starting his lap, I think. Timgra went up in the 5th, if I'm seeing that correctly. And the checkered flag has now dropped. So what? I think Gortels is crossing the line now. Goes quickest, beating Morris. But it was 16.3. He better be quick, because he chose this track. And I don't like the track. Up. Think it's 4/10 up. What's his time gonna be? 16.8 or nearly 16.9. But who was I on board with? I forgot. Ace Edge. It's just about up in the middle sector. Gone up to 10th. Now Hoop. Very strong qualifier, I think. Very strong driver. Where does he go? He goes up to 7th. And Timgra boxes. And that's the grid for the sprint race. So we're waiting for Timgra to go into the pits. Very well, in the midfield pack, very close. There is between 15th and 8th. It's 5/10. It's very close in the mid pack. That will definitely, well, that will probably mean that it's gonna be a very strong race, very competitive race. Maybe not at the front. Scored is 2/10 clear of Morris, but Morris did set only 1 lap. As this is the standings for the qualifying. Well, the results of qualifying. We have Gortels, Morris, JRM, GK Bass, New Place, Finn Kids, Timgra, Hoop, Luigi Sven, Nico John, Dumwer, Ace Edge, Lord Sanrab, Ines, Sheriff Shaft, Darius, Rusty Oil Can, and Cersei Sucks. It's gonna be an interesting race for sure. Strat is probably gonna be the softs for the sprint, because they tire wear, from what I've seen, is not too bad around here. So a lot of people are probably gonna go for this softs, as you can definitely hold the whole sprint on them. Maybe even a bit of the well, you can hold a bit of the race. As we now wait for the sprint to begin. It shouldn't take that long, as there's not really anything to go off. Not really a lot to do. I think we're missing Jesse Force today. Who's it? Jesse Force, DRS Maestro, and who's the other? Oh, we're starting. It's for Gortsos on the front row, along with Samuel Morse. 5 lights out and away we go. Good start by Gortsos, also good start by Bass, who's already gone past Morris. Morris didn't have a good start. Can try and stay on board with Morris as he goes side by side with Bass, but can go for it again. Yeah, I thought he would have to sit that one out. Something has happened at the back. Morris not letting that one slide on Bass. I think at new place also trying to get into the mix with these drivers. It's at the back. Luigi Sven going with on thin kits in a place I don't think you really want to go for it, but that's just my preference. Ace moving up 2 places I think already, but Bass so get overtaken by New Place and Morris. Don't know what's happened there. They probably did not like that one bit. As Rusty Oil Can has spun, and that's a virtual safety car. Don't know what happened. Lords and Rap also off. I honestly have no idea what happened there. And a few people going on into the box. I don't know what tire. Everyone's on the softs. Does everyone have damage, or sure, Shaft definitely has damage. Has Lords and Rap got damage? No, just new tires. That's probably gonna be the sprint done for them, as you're not catching this up. So this is already not as clean as Silverstone was. Just a shame, but you can never expect it to be as clean as that race, because it was a real good race. But yeah. New place drive-through penalty for speeding. No, he's doing so well. That's gonna be probably starting at the back for him in the feature race. Spas gets very close to track limits there. New place outbraking himself maybe just a little bit, getting real close to the back of Morris. Morris has also catched up to Gord. Gord did not have a really good restart as Morris went for it on Gord. But Gord got way better acceleration coming out of that hairpin. And new place. Be careful to rejoin this race is now going from bad to even worse. But still, Morris just go in the back of Gortsos. He's probably gonna go for it at the end of the straight. I don't know if DRS is enabled, but very good acceleration from Gortsos there. I don't think DRS is enabled, or it maybe is because no, Morris was using battery. And he goes past Gortsos really easily. And I think Gortsos made a mistake as GK Bass is now also past him. New place down into 12 after serving, still serving that drive-through. Oh, that was close by Luigi Sven on Timgra. Very close, but still no contact, which is very good. Tarheel's getting past Scherer Shaft. Scherer not having the home race he would have wanted. I think he's Portuguese. He definitely has the Portuguese flag. Yeah, definitely not the race Scherer would have wanted as of now. But I think if we go back to the top, I don't know if there's gonna be DRS this lap. Bass makes a mistake trying to get on throttle as early as possible there. He's really close. Just see, there is DRS and he's closing up to Morris now. He's not gonna go for it yet. Maybe just wants to sit behind for now. Bass needs to be careful to not over push and spin the car around, because this is a great position to start the main race from. As Morris has a bit of a slide on the exit there. You can see that he's really trying to push. As Luigi Sven really close to the back of Timgra. I think gets up to 4th now. It's really good from him thus far. But if we go back, it's again a train between 1st and 3rd, as we saw in Silverstone as well, but this time Gortsos instead of Ramsey. Bass is surely gonna go for it now on the straight here. Morris, don't think he has a lot of battery left, but Bass makes that does that easily with the help of DRS, of course. But now Morris has to make sure that he does not over push this. Oh, and he nearly does. Going on throttle a bit too early. Nico Jong has gotten past Ace Edge. Innes, who finished I think 4th in the Silverstone race. Very close, and he taps Ace Edge. He has not gotten past him, but that's gonna cost them both way too much time. As Sergio Sachs gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. I don't know what Ines was doing there, but if it worked for him, I guess. Luigi Sven very close to the back of Timgra and Finkit. And one of these two drivers between Timgra and Luigi Sven is probably gonna want to get past this lap. And I think it's gonna be Luigi Sven trying that. But Timgra is not letting this slide. He has a lot of straight line speed. Very good defending there from Timgra. It's been a very good race to watch thus far. Some good battles. And this is gonna be very far away as Luigi Sven and Timgra have contact. A bit of a dive bomb by Luigi Sven. Lords and Rap gets a 3-second penalty, but he's very far behind, fortunately. I think Bass is really trying to get Morris out of his DRS, maybe. Morris is very close Ramsey, so I don't know for sure. Morris does not have any battery though. Literally 0%. But you can see that Morris is probably doing us all. Oh, maybe he made a mistake, I don't know. Morris is giving this his all to try and get past Bass here. Two friendly Norwegians going for it, and it's a beautiful switchback by Morris. But Bass is still gonna just be ahead, and he's not gonna give that one up easily. And Morris knows that. Morris probably also knows that it's best to not go for any stupid moves as it's just a sprint race. But he is gonna go for it here. Very tricky to do it, but he has done it, maybe. Bass is gonna counter, he's not gonna let that one slide. But it's gonna be very difficult for Bass to keep hold of that. Beautifully driven by these two. Bass is... he's gonna try to do it. He's got the bust. Bass wins the sprint race. Nearly 800 in front of Morris. Gortzel's finishing behind. What great racing by them two. Very well done to not crash. We've already had a lot of action here in this sprint race. Wow. Wow, that was really good. I said the racing in Tier 1 in Silverstone last week might not be could maybe not be done again, but Bass and Morris are showing that they want to try and do that again. But the final order for this sprint race and the starting grid for the main race is going to be GK Bass, Morris, Gortzels, Finkits, very good race from him, Luigi Sven, Timgra, Nico John, also really good race from Nico, Ines, Hoop, Ace Edge, Rusty with a good recovery drive, New Place who unfortunately of course got the Drive Through, Do More, Tar Heels, Share Shaft, Cersei Sucks, and Lords and Rab. That's gonna be the starting grid for the main race. But if that sprint race showed anything that we're gonna see in the main race, then we're gonna have a belter of a race. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just have to quickly do something. And I'm back. Okay. It's gonna be a good one for the strategy in this race, because if you did 3 runs in the quali, then you're probably not gonna have an extra soft unless you went for the softer tire allocation. In that case, you would have an extra set of soft tires. But otherwise, you're gonna have to do medium hards. And we go for the main race. It's 5 red lights out and away we go. Morris with it seemed like a really bad start, but it's actually not that bad. Bas is gonna lead though. He has a pretty good start. And Morris seems like he's lagging a bit. It seems like he's lagging a lot on my screen, as we have a very big battle behind. That's really big back here. Gonna try and look for the tires. Nearly everyone on the mediums. Except, oh yeah, very big crash there. Hoop out of the session. Rusty, I think has got wing damage. No, he doesn't. Well, not visual for me. New place, 5-second penalty for collision. It's very mental start compared to Rusty. Also DNFs, probably retires on track. I don't know. But it's only a virtual safety car, not a full safety car. As we have the same top 3. And new place into the box now. It's very laggy on my screen. It's Rusty left. That's the lag you see when someone leaves on PS4 for you. For anyone that doesn't know. Is the safety car over? It's over now. Really late on my screen. But Morris already on the back of Bas. They maybe have to work together a little bit to try and pull away from the back to maybe avoid a bit of chaos. So we can see from Bass's rear view, Morris is not really lining one up, just sitting behind for now. Morris has to be a bit patient here. Can't be over aggressive and try and go for it really soon, as he has a whole 21 laps or 22 laps remaining to go for something. So we're on the straight. Morris not really getting that close. I think Bass may be using a bit of ERS, I don't know. Maybe Morris is lacking some straight line. DRS is now enabled, so Morris will have that here. Scortco has a really weak exit there. Coming out of turn 4. Just have to count it real quick. Bass still leads. Morris in second. Getting ever so close to Bass's back. Meanwhile, Share Shaft, I think he started 16th, is now up to 10th. That's a really good starting position from him. I don't know if Morris has the straight line speed. He has a lot of battery, but maybe we can enable the telemetry. Just look at some stuff if someone accelerates too much. Yes, I think we had Share, Shaft and Doomer. Oh, Doomer going a bit wide there. Maybe got a warning, I don't know. Share Shaft on that soft tire, probably we should want to maybe get past him and maybe catch up, as it's now nearly a 3-second gap to Ins in front of him. As I think at the front can have a great view from Gortsos. Morris is getting past Bass. I think they had a little bit of contact there. Don't know for sure, but they can keep it really close. Bass, of course, leading the championship for Aston Martin. Gonna want to win this race again if he has the pace. But it's gonna be very difficult against Morris, because Morris he is a really quick driver. He was not really willing to lose, as we saw that last season when he, I think, won nearly every race he competed in. Sorry if I'm missing a lot of action at the back. It's at the front very also very close. Also from 4th to 7th it's very close between them. Just a kind of a little bit of a train behind them. But is Bass gonna try and go for it? Or Morris? He probably is. He uses a bit of ERS and gets past in before the braking zone. I don't know. Morris is trying to counter Bass, but he maybe backs out a little bit. Not taking the best of lines, I think, through there. And Bass stays ahead into this hairpin. I don't know if it's fully a hairpin, but very tricky corner. Morris pretty same exit as Bass. She's probably now gonna go for it. Bass not really ahead. She's maybe using a bit of battery, Bass, trying to stay ahead, but Morris got the job done here. That seemed too close on my screen, as Gordon also right into the back of these two. Don't know if Bass is gonna... No, he's probably not gonna try it into there. What a shitty camera angle is that? For this, okay, but you can't even see them. Sheriff Shaft gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Hoop leaves the session. Not nice if someone leaves mid-session, as well, you can see from the stream alone that it lags some people that are still on the PS4 out very much. Is someone, I think Bass maybe gonna try and get past Morris again. No, he just backs off slightly. Maybe he's just waiting, saving the battery maybe a bit. Or saving his tires, yeah, you never know. Scored is also really close again. He has nearly a full battery. So he can get a real advantage of that. Maybe at the pistol phase, maybe trying to pull away if he can get into the lead. But pulling away from those two is going to be a very tough challenge for him. So we're going to jump on board with the train behind. Yep, for sure, Ramsey. It's gonna be a very good race. I just saw on the stream that Asach had a bit of a moment. Is it the top 4? Oh, behind 4th place. Luigi's Sven is really close. Timgar now getting past Finn Kids. I think it's catching up to Luigi's Sven as these two touch each other. There was very close to spinning them both out. Asach not really getting having a bit of luck there with them two. Getting lucky. Couldn't pass, but it's very close racing between these guys. Of course, it's gonna maybe sometimes be a bit messy. We have a lot of super quick people trying to pass each other. There's not really gonna be a lot of room, and there's not, especially at the top. Bass is trying to pull a bit of a gap maybe to Morris. He's not gonna give a lot of space to Morris, and Morris is probably not gonna get very close to him as they're both really quick. Only the DRS helps to keep them apart. Morris just using this to catch up back to Bas. And Gortzel's also sticking with them pretty nicely. Seems like turn 3 is probably one of Gortzel's better corners opposed to Bas and Morris. It's behind. Ace pretty close to Finkits, not really close enough though, fortunately for him. As we're now into double-digit laps. I really like the sprint around this because you have of course a bit of a break between races to recalm yourself. Maybe think some things through. See with the fuel what you burned. And then you can maybe calculate a bit of stats for the main race. As you can see on the steering wheel with some people how much fuel they have over. Yes, I don't think Morris is going to be close enough to Bas. Morris don't think really pushing. Maybe saving his tires a bit. Or maybe, you never know, which maybe not quick enough. But he is gonna go for it here on Bas. Bas definitely gonna defend this pretty hard maybe. And he goes back past. It's not really working for Morris in that corner. As he kind of... He doesn't really make sure he gets the exit, which is the most... Well, it's the most important part, I think, of that bit of the as he has a bit of a moment on the exit there. Bas also maybe just went a bit wide. And Bas, he spins! Or half spins, see, but he didn't lose that much. He now needs to use up everything to try and catch up to Gortzel's and Morris. Probably Bas trying to push a bit too much there. And now Gortzel's has been waiting for this. He has nearly his whole battery still. To now try and pull away maybe from Morris. And Bas now needs to do everything he can to try and get close to these two. As the DRS will definitely help them pulling away from Bas. This is definitely not what Bas would have wanted from that. His new place gets a 3-second penalty. And I think these three are pretty close. Tar Heels in 10th for a tier 2 driver, that's not bad. But someone spun, Finn Kitts, and he's out of the session. That's gonna be a safety car. Now this is probably one of the most ideal laps to pit, definitely for Ines. That's probably the lap to pit for Ines. Yeah, it definitely saves Bas. He now needs to make sure to do whatever these two do. They're both going into the pits. Now, can you go to the hards, or are they gonna try the softs? Yeah, everyone will need to pit now. It would be kind of stupid not to pit. Someone has taken on the pit board, which is definitely not nice. That seems very close. As Bas. Oh no, I got around. Everyone's gone to the softs. Yeah, they're empty, that is true. But I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know if they were gonna last, but these guys can make it work. I don't think Bas had wing damage from that, but he now definitely can catch up to them, which really saves him. But this also probably is gonna provide a bit more chaos, even more, I should say, because I would not say that there hasn't been any. And Luigi's Fang going onto the hearts as Domor as well. That's not gonna be nice for them. They're probably gonna get swallowed up a bit by the cars behind. In is also going for the mediums. He of course was on the softs already, so he couldn't go to the softs again, as he would have then had to pit again. But this also allows for, I think, new plays who had that shocking start, I think. Maybe got a damage, I don't know, I'm not sure. To catch up again, as he seemed really quick in the qualifying with his 4th place. Then had a disastrous sprint, and wouldn't say that this main race was that much better. But we now have a period to kind of cool down. Nico John 3 under safety car gets another penalty. I don't know if it's gonna come in already this lap, but a revamp. Tim Gra also P4. I think he was battling with Luigi's Fan, but he is now gonna be in a bit of a danger on those hearts. As Domor, I don't know what happened there between Domor and Inns. Oh, safety car in this lap. It's gonna be maybe a pretty close restart. I think Gort is maybe just gonna wait a long time. Try and catch more off guard. It's very crucial for Morris and Bass and Timgra to stay with the top. As if you lose the DRS, it's gonna be real tough to catch back up. As the safety car now enters the pits, so Gort is available to go, and he goes for the safety car restart. It's way quicker than Morris. Used a bit of battery though, so that's not really great. As I think Suck's been passed. Well, Sheriff Shaft been passed by Noob. So I'm gonna go back to the top, as Morris is very close to Gortsos and he's gonna go for it. Gortsos obviously gonna fight back on this one, and is gonna have a bit better traction. Morris probably using maybe a bit of battery to get in front there, and now he's probably gonna try and pull away, as he does not want Bass or Gort to get close to him for the rest of this race. Asach up into 5th. That's really good from him. It's really good driver. Of course, with his new rig, it was maybe kind of difficult to adapt for him. Bas clearly has the advantage in ERS out of these three. It's more sets the fastest lap. Gord maybe getting a bit close. Not gonna send it, which is very wise of him to not do. Maybe he's gonna try and line him up for this next straight, although you're gonna have to have some balls to do that. Sorry to say that, but you're gonna need to definitely do something if you want to pass. As Noob is not gonna go for it on ins there. And ins don't know what that was, but not the best corner. Noob can't get past that. These three still in a train. Probably not what Morris wants. You can't really do a lot about it. Morris maybe cruising away a bit. Or trying to cruise away, but that's... well, it definitely doesn't seem like that's happening, as Bas sets the fastest lap of the day. These guys have to be careful to not overuse their tires, as they're gonna drop off at the end probably. That's where the hards are maybe gonna gain a bit of an advantage, but not a big one for now, because now they're only gonna lose. Scored is really close to Morris. It's been good racing from the top three. Not really a lot happened between them, although when the Bas did have a moment, but and the safety car saved him. Gord goes a bit wide there. Bas and Gord need to make sure that they don't let Morris get away. It's probably the number one priority they should have. As Gord sauce is really close to Morris and he's gonna go for it. Morris not really fighting that one. Not using any battery, as he his battery is not that high. So maybe he's now gonna try and save some, as Bas is now catched up back to these two. And Gortzos gets a 3-second time penalty after he has a bit of a moment there. And this has opened it up very much for Morris and Bas to win this. So they now only need to get second to try to win on track, to win off track, not on track. But maybe Gord got a unfair one. You never know. I've kept a promise with Bas, trying to not get any penalties this season. We're both gonna try, so don't want to see Bas get a penalty here. But it's a pretty... I would say it's pretty penalty triggering track, but these guys definitely think otherwise. Gord is trying to push away, I think, a bit. He's definitely quick in a straight line. I don't know if he's using battery or something, but it's really close between these three. They're probably gonna be the joy to watch this whole season. Maybe Ramsey if he joins a race. Then it's gonna be 4 people probably. But Gord did pick this track because it was, I think, one of his faster tracks. Which obviously you have to understand that you pick a track that you're quick at as a champion. Gort was the champion of midweek, was the reigning champion of midweek. As Ace Edge went off, I think, he's now down to 8th. He was 5th, 6th, somewhere there. Bass is gonna go for it on Morris, and maybe then also gonna try. They're gonna go 3 wide. Bass just about not having the ERS for that. But Morris is now completely empty. Morris's battery is completely empty as Bass when it goes very deep into the corner. He can't let Morris slip away now. And he's probably gonna do everything he can to not let Morris get away, as Morris slides a lot on that exit, trying to get to power as early as possible. He has a bit of slide there also, maybe using up his tires a bit too much there. Maybe he has already used up his tires a bit too much. I honestly have no idea, I can't see the tire wear. But Bass is gonna really maybe try and stick in front of Morris. Maybe he's gonna try and do the same thing as he did in the sprint. I would say maybe not try and get past here already, but he can, and he can try, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna get past. Is Morris gonna... he's not gonna counter straight away. As he does not really have a lot of ERS to do that. But he's maybe getting a bit close. No, he backs out. Smart there for Morris to not battle. As it will probably ruin, if he makes a mistake while battling, it probably ruins his chances of getting ever so close to Bass. These 3 guys, Gortsos, Morris and Bass, are really giving us a fight today. Really good race to watch. Is Morris gonna get past Bass here? Bass is not really using any ERS. Morris is probably gonna try and stay behind and maybe go for it on the last lap. So Bass now is probably gonna try and get as much of a gap as he can. Slords and Rap get a 3-second time penalty. And also Ace Edge. Them two both fighting. Probably very hard to turn 1 then. So everyone from top 8 to top 14. From 8th to 14, sorry. Now has a time penalty. And Morris makes a little bit of a mistake there. As Lords and Rap retires. How the hell did he retire there? Morris again has a very big moment trying to get onto the gas. Bass saving a lot of battery to maybe use it on the straight. This is gonna be it. Has Bass got a big enough of a gap? He's gonna use everything he has, all of his minerals left in that car. Morris is not gonna get close enough. Maybe onto the second DRS straight. Is he close enough? Bass using everything. Morris is not close enough here. These two have kept it clean so much of the race. Is this the year Bas is finally gonna end Morris's domination from the last 2 seasons? Morris trying everything he can to get close to Bas. He is gonna maybe try to get close enough for the straight. As he's very close, but Morris keeps having those little bits of sliding. It's gonna be a very close one to the finish line. Bas has no ERS left, Morris has no ERS left, and GK Bas is gonna win here in Portugal. What a battle between these two. What a battle from the sprint to this race. Exactly that, Ramsey. Amazing. Well, so we have GK Bas, Morris Gortzel's finish on the podium. It's probably gonna be a very occurring podium this whole season. And you have Luigi's fan on the hards. Very well done by him, and I can't see the rest. I think it were the 2 AlphaTauris, maybe next, I don't. There we go. We have Tim Garden and Ines. New place. Very strong recovery from him. But this is the whole weekend. This one we're looking at. Still new place. Okay. Tar Heels. Tier 2. I'm gonna have to watch out for him because he seems really quick. Ace Edge. Dummer. Share Shaft. Also pretty good from him. Because he started 15th. Nico John, probably not what he would have wanted. Cersei Sucks, Lords and Rab, who retired, along with Finn Kids, Rusty Oil Can, and Hoop. Well, this is a very good race by nearly everyone. There were of course some incidents, but there's always going to be some little moments. But this was the race for Tier 1. There's going to be Tier 2 race in 40 minutes, I think, about. So you can check that out. I've been Justin. Thank you all for watching the stream. See you next week.